Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to today's daily antidote of song. It is Sunday, April 20. It is noon ET here where I am. It is Easter Sunday for those of us who are celebrating anything having to do with Easter. And it is also a time in the world where we all know more singing is really a good recipe right now for the day-to-day. So I'm really glad that so many of you have joined us here, even potentially in the midst of your family celebrations or whatever it is you are doing where you are. So I want to welcome everybody who's out there on YouTube and on Facebook. Thanks so much for joining us here. You are here in the Daily Antidote of Song, or as Sandy O likes to say, right place, right time. And we're glad you joined us. And for all the folks in the room, I'm really glad you're here. Let's say hi. Let's first of all thank Bindu. She's coming in from Bangalore, India, and she opened us up with some beautiful notes, and I can't wait to get back to her for a song that I think everyone is going to be very happy to be singing today. Let's thank Ariana running tech for us out of LA, and also Candace running tech out of LA. Nice to see you, and thanks to both of you. Athena coming in from Brooklyn, Sophie and Lynn coming in from the UK. Nice to see both of you. Sheila coming in from Florida, Bob in Albany, New York, David and Elsie in Oakland, California, Caroline in DC, Nan coming in from Michigan, Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio, Marion in Brighton, UK, Emma coming in from Norwich, UK, Trish in Victoria, British Columbia, Julie is coming in from Ontario, Canada, Cricket is in Maryland, Sue in Seattle, Washington, Anne in Silver Spring, Maryland, Storm in Massachusetts, Vinay is in Berkeley, California, Nancy in Washington State, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Linda, I think California, Delhi in Maryland. And let's see who else we have. Sydney coming in from California, Arlene in Berkeley, California, Pauline and Tommy coming in from Newcastle, UK. Hoda is in British Columbia, Mabel and a bear in Cambridge, Mass. Aloysius also in Mass. Gary also in Mass. And then we've got folks not on camera today. Louise in Devon, UK, Elizabeth in California, Margaret, Curly Tops in Vermont, Bob in Massachusetts, Linda on Orcas Island, and Carol in Connecticut. Let's all take a deep breath. Yeah, so we had an experience during sound check where all of us didn't want the song to end. So I feel like rather than talking a lot, I should just turn it right over to Bindu to begin teaching us the portion we're going to sing and singing with us. And Bindu, welcome to the Daily Antidote again.
Hi, Joe, and hi, everybody.
So glad you're here. Would you like me to begin by sharing the lyrics on the screen so you can walk us all through them?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay. Oops. Actually, I need a minute to do that. So let's talk about something else for a second. All right. So
I can continue talking about this while you're doing that.
Perfect.
So, I come from Tamil Nadu, which is on the east coast of India. I live in a landlocked city called Bangalore right now, but I come from a coastal city. And on that coast, it's rich with, of course, fishing, and fisher folk have their way of singing when they're out in the sea, and also when they're pulling the net. They pull with a lot of rhythm, and then there is so when they have to do a certain rhythm of pull and call and again pull and call and again pull, so many things they say, and they coordinate their breath. So oh vallangadu vala vala, oh vallangadu vala vala, oh vallangadu vala vala. They go on like this for hours together to pull, I think, really meters and meters and meters and meters of net. And also when they are out in the sea and they're missing the land, they're waiting to come back home, they used to sing. Nowadays that singing is going down because of once the motorized boat came, the waiting has come down. And also before the motorized boats, the radio came into the picture. So instead of singing, they used to take the radio and listen to music. And two other musician friends of mine, wonderful musicians, MD Pallavi and Vedanth Bharadwaj. Together with them, the three of us made a musical storytelling production on loss and hope. And this loss and hope is not just about things that happen in the lives of humans, but what happens across beings on earth, and what happens to the Amur falcons, what happens to the flamingos that are migrating, what happens to the monarch butterflies, what happens to the salt and the salt pan workers and salt farmers in the run of Kutch, and what happens to people who are displaced. So it's about a lot of that, and we call it Songfarers at Sea, where we three are trying to find our way through the ocean, and we are at sea through songs and stories. So as part of that, as we are at sea, the three of us created this thing that I'm going to sing today. And this is based on the traditional singing of the fisher folk from Tamil Nadu. So they have different calls. YELELELE, Ailesa, Yalamavu, Overlangadu, like that. There are different calls. So today, as I sing this song, I would invite you all to sing with me in the response. So what I would like to do is, what you see there is a translation and then the YELELELE. It's a very simple small song. So I will sing it once so that you get familiar with how it sounds, and then we can go together into how to sing the YELELELE parts, and then we'll sing it together again. Vegudooram povaname, YELELELE, enna vittu pogade, YELELELE. Vegudooram povaname, YELELELE, enna vittu pogade, YELELELE. Povano povaname, YELELELE, munnokki povaname, YELELELE. Povano povaname, YELELELE, munnokki povaname, YELELELE. Vegudooram povaname, YELELELE, தனியே விட்டு போகாதே, YELELELE. அங்கிட்டும் இங்கிட்டும், YELELELE, அலைஞ்சி திரியாதே, YELELELE. Povano povaname, YELELELE, munnokki povaname, YELELELE. YELELELE, YELELELE, YELELELE sa, YELELELE. YELELELE, YELELELE, YELELELE sa, YELELELE, YELELELE. Yelelelele, yelelele sa, yelelele, yelelele sa, yelelele.
Oh, Bindu, that was really beautiful.
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, yeah. And you touched on so many things when you were bringing that song in, the sense of traditions, of the way that the modern world replaces things. And there's, both the gain and the loss of, the radio versus the vocalizations, the idea of working together in unity, the idea of longing for home. There was like so much, and all of it feels like it's, and notions of labor in general, and all of it feels like it's so tied to everything that's going on right now around the globe, that it just feels like a real tribute to what we're carrying, to the weight that we're carrying, in a way of sort of like processing it through. And I'd love to hear you talk more about why you picked that song right now, and what it means to you right now.
For me, so yes, when I was talking about the idea of coming together and working and having these rhythmic work songs to match your breath and keep it going for hours and matching your energy, and also stories are shared. The lyrics are created then and there, and it can be about many things, or it can be a worship to the sea goddess to say, bring us more, keep us safe and keep our lives going and keep everybody okay. So there'll be different kinds of singing and words that come into this. I definitely miss home. It's not that I'm very far away, but when you are in a space that your body knows for years, and even that wind, it knows the wind, it knows everything, it's different. And it's not about a mental missing, it's just about how everything about you knows and remembers all this. And actually, only a few weeks ago, the season of the olive ridleys ended. Olive ridleys come in thousands, olive ridley turtles to that coast, and they actually nest on the beach. And as conservation, my school teacher, when I was studying in school many years ago, and he still does it, it's been more than 25 years now. And what we call the turtle walk happens through the night to find nests, turtle nests, and also then go and take them into hatchery so that they are safe. And many a times we also find that there are a lot of dead turtles that are washed because they've gotten trapped in the nets, or so it's very fragile. Everything about all the intersections of spaces and elements and lives is so fragile that there's so much of loss and gain, like you said, Joe, about everything. And the larger question is, how do we keep expanding into knowing that we cannot live without us being in harmony with our kith and kin, and how to honor this sacred relationship. And so this particular piece, Songfarers at Sea, is a lot about that. And although I remember this song for the simple idea of that it's easy to repeat for a daily antidote session, there's a lot behind it. And even in the piece itself, when we perform it, there are different intersections where we go into a story, we go into some observation, we but then we suddenly come back to our position of where are we going through these songs. And these are called Amba Pat. And I think Amba as a word has many meaning. I don't know if one of that means the sky. So um, yeah, I'm sure different coastal spaces might have their traditions of singing, and they may have their vocables with it, or some kind of repetitive sounds. Like the lullaby in my language usually goes with araro, ariraro, and so those are the words that are getting used when there's a lullaby. And when it's a song in the sea or anything to do with fishing, it's yelelo ailasa, yelelo ailasa. And even in the backwaters, when there is boating competition, there's a lot of drum beat and rhythmic music, and people shout in unison. So yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. Bindu, that's really remarkable. So when you mentioned that it was a fishing song, I immediately remembered from when I worked at the Library of Congress, an Italian fishing song that is sung so similar to the fact that it's, you know, got the rhythm of being pulling and oaring and pulling nets, but entirely different soundscape. And I'm actually going to send it to you because I'd love for you to hear it. But I was thinking how incredible it is, and maybe this is exactly the thing about humanity, about unity, about all of us longing for home, and yet all of us are home in each other, really. And so your fishing song that I've never heard before brought me home in some strange way, right? And likewise,
Mhm.
the Italian fishing song that is of my ancestral culture, but not something I grew up with. Also, like just this way of the music returning us to this space where sort of the depth of humanity is present and we can acknowledge, share, make use of, grow from or expand from, as you said, um, or we cannot listen, we cannot hear, right? And so there's a way of being where I think we're all here in the space choosing to listen really deeply, and you've made that really remarkably possible and present for all of us today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. And you're right. I believe that, I mean, it's not that I need to believe, it is even without all these digital media connecting us, there's a way our hearts from across lands have called out musically, and there is always a resonance of it everywhere, and it's the resonance is circling in this planet, and it's getting absorbed and passed on. Because when I was doing a certain project about just tracing different kinds of songs in the natural minor, there's just the emotion and the what it evokes across cultures was so similar and yet so vibrant. So it's it's beautiful.
I don't know how this all ties into Easter, except that somewhere in my brain I know it does, right? Some sense of like coming and starting over and being in the center of our universe, and in our hearts. And so not that I was asking you to tie it into Easter, but it's just for me, it's all feeling very, very profound, only I can't quite arrive because I'm so moved by the song. I'm still stuck in it. And do you have anything you want to share with us about what you have coming up or anything else you'd like us to know? Because when you're finished, I would love to sing that for as long as you feel like sustaining it.
We just finished. So we have multiple New Years in our land. Where I live, the New Year came in March, but where I come from, we just celebrated our New Year, Tamil New Year, the Bengali New Year. So that was on the 14th of April. So it's very interesting. We were wishing each other, and we keep wishing each other New Year for a long time.
That's great.
So we have many beginnings going all the time.
Beautiful.
Yes. So that's there. And having shared this particular creation of ours, we base this on the traditional Fisher calls. I will, before going back into the song, because this one is more where we are contemplating and just lost in this, do we ever go back home? Um, like that. But there's one more sweeter one we start with, and then I'll go back into this.
Sounds great.
So that goes like this. Mm. எங்கிருக்கோம் ஏழு எங்கிருக்கோம் எங்கிருக்கோம் ஏழு எங்கிருக்கோம் எங்க போவோம் ஏழு எங்க போவோம் எங்க போவோம் ஏழு எங்க போவோம் தொலைஞ்சிருக்கோம் ஏழு தொலைஞ்சிருக்கோம் தொலைஞ்சிருக்கோம் ஏழு தொலைஞ்சிருக்கோம் சூரியனை பாரு அங்கிட்டுக்கு இல்ல அங்க பாரு ஏலே அங்க பாரு கவனிங்கய்யா ஏலே கவனிங்கய்யா பொறுமையோடு ஏலே பொறுமையா பொறுமையோடு ஏலே பொறுமையா சூரியனை ஏலே பாருமையா மேற்கு திசை ஏலே அங்கிருக்கு மேகங்களை ஏலே கவனிங்கய்யா நட்சத்திரம் ஏலே வந்துருச்சு நட்சத்திரம் ஏலே வந்துருச்சு அங்க நட்சத்திரம் ஏலே வந்துருச்சு.
Wow, lovely. Thank you. So was that the same Yele from the fishing song? Yes.
Yeah, so yele is a way. So if I am singing na 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 na, somebody else will say the yele to know, okay, I'm there, I'm responding to you, I'm here. So it's like just to tell everybody, oh, we are here, we are here, we are there, like that. So and when you're at sea, you're also looking at the stars to guide you. So this goes to that the sun is setting and the stars are coming. Now we may try to navigate our way. So it's like that.
That's beautiful. So here we are, like sort of wrapping up all the philosophical things we have shared today. And I'm feeling like there's so much depth in what we're talking about. And now we've landed on finding our way, which is like yet another reason why we are here today and every day, as we try and sort of traverse the chaotic universe that surrounds us. So Bindu, can you just very quick show your instrument and let everybody know we've got lots of questions about what you're holding.
Aha, okay. So this is a version of the American banjo, but this is made in Kolkata. This is very homegrown. It's a tenor banjo. And my friend, musician friend Vedanth, plays this like a dream. And it sounds interestingly both like the American banjo, but something deeply Indian about it. The sound of this comes very close to the sarod. So it helps us traverse through a lot of forms that draws a lot from our Indian forms. And I bought a piece for myself hoping I would also learn to play it. But then afterwards I realized that after the 4th fret, it goes sharp. So it goes out of tune. So I was kind of disappointed that I have this and I don't know what to do with it, but things opened up. Now I sing solo without a need to have another artist. Of course, I'm glad to always collaborate, but there are spaces where it just needs me and the voice. Then this becomes my full everything. It's my rhythm, it's my pitch, it's my everything. So I can go. लोग मरम कह जाने and like that.
That is incredibly beautiful. So I don't know how many people want to stay in the room for the next 7 hours and listen to, only problem is Bindu, I think it's like 9:30 at night over there, right? Or 10 or yeah. So
Yes.
thank you so much for all of this beautiful sharing. So I think the Vedanth that you're talking about, Vedanth Bharadwaj, I'm not sure how to say his last name, but say it for us. Vedanth
Vedanth Bharadwaj.
Bharadwaj, yes. He's actually sung with us here 3 times, and he did one of the times something from a lullaby project that he worked on that I think
Right,
was also
right.
with you. Yeah. Um,
No, with Guru Priya. I don't know if Guru Priya is yet to come or she's come
I,
before, but
she came once, just like maybe a couple of months ago and was fabulous. Yeah. So look at all of the amazing people that we're meeting who sing over in India and who are all interconnected in all these beautiful ways and now interconnected with us. Lucky, lucky.
yes.
Um, Bindu, do you want to sing the first one just a few times through if that works?
Yes. Shall
Okay,
we go back into that? We'll jump back
sure,
into it.
sure.
So
Just
I'll
pick
now
any.
just do the yele so that you get a hang of it, and then I can sing. And I would recommend or invite you, whoever feels like, to do also harmonize with it. Like da 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 yelelelele yelelelele yelelelele. You can do whatever. You can just. So I will sing just the melody. Yelele, yelele is what I will sing. Some words in that part. Your response would be yelelelele. Mm-hmm. Yelelelele. There are 3 or 4 kinds of yelele. Now I'll just say something, you do the yelelele with me. Mm-hmm. Yelelelele. Mm-hmm. Yelelelele. This is the first yelelele. Mm-hmm. Yelelelele. Mm-hmm. Yelelelele. Then when I go up, yelelelele. 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 Yelelele sa. Yelelelele. So these are the different yeleleles, and you can make your own. However you feel like responding, use the words, the sounds yelelele, but you can call out in whatever way you want. So we'll jump into the song now. Vegudooram povaname yelelelele enna vittu pogade yelelelele Vegudooram povaname yelelelele taniye vittu pogade yelelelele போவணும் போவணமே எலலலலே முன்னோக்கி போவணமே எலலலலே போவணும் போவணமே எலலலலே முன்னோக்கி போவ அலைஞ்சி திரியாதே ஏலேலேலே. அங்கிட்டும் இங்கிட்டும் ஏலேலேலே. அலைஞ்சி திரியாதே ஏலேலேலே. போகணும் போகணுமே ஏலேலேலே. முன்னோக்கி போகணுமே ஏலேலேலே. போகணும் போகணுமே ஏலேலேலே. முன்னோக்கி போகணுமே ஏலேலேலே. ஏலேலே ஏலேலே ஏலேலேலே. ஏலேலே ஐலேசா ஏலேலேலே. ஏலேலே ஏலேலே யமாவே ஏலேலேலே. ஏலேலே ஐலேசா ஏலேலேலே. ஏலேலே ஐலேசா ஏலேலேலே. ஏலேலேலே.
Thank you, Bindhumalini.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. It's always lovely to be here with all of you. And thanks for having me back over and over again.
Thank you so much. It's always lovely to have you with us in here, and I really appreciate today the way that you have made at least me, but I think everybody in the room is kind of on board with this, feel really interconnected with you and with where you are and with where we are, and I'm super grateful for that. I needed that enormously today, and so I'm appreciative of everything you've brought. And I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We're starting another week of singing tomorrow, and hope you will join us then. We've had an incredible week this week. Super grateful to Bindu for closing out the week for us here. And happy Easter to everyone who's celebrating. Happy New Year, a little belated to everybody who recently celebrated a new year. And lots of love to everybody for being here today. And let's say goodbye to everybody out there on the live stream. Thanks, gang, for joining us today. Hope we'll see you again here tomorrow. Pretty sure today is something like day 1840 or something like that, which is pretty many days. So we're really glad that you guys have all picked another day to join and sing with us. Bindu, thanks again so much. Sleep tight. Lovely to have you. And please say hello to Vedanth and Vasu and Shruti and all of the folks that I know you make music with sometimes. And I hope to see you again in here soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bindu.
Bye-bye. Happy Easter to all of you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye. Lots of love. And thanks everybody in the room for joining us today. We'll say goodbyes to everybody in here. Thank you, Ariana, for being with us today and for running tech for us out of Los Angeles. Very appreciative. And thank you to Candace, also coming in from LA and running tech for us today. Very glad you're here. Thank you so much. I want to say a hello and a goodbye and a thank you to everybody else in the space. Athena in Brooklyn, thanks for being with us today. Nice to see your smile. Happy Easter again to anybody who's celebrating it. Pauline and William over there in the UK, 100-year-old William. William, I hope you're enjoying your 100th Easter today. That's pretty fabulous. 100 Easters. Wow. Okay, that's good. Bob in Albany, thank you so much for being with us today. David and Elsie in Oakland, thank you so much for being here. Caroline in DC, Caroline in DC, Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio, Marion in Brighton, UK, Cricket in Maryland, Sue in Seattle, Anne in Maryland, Storm in Massachusetts, Bob and Mabel and the Bears, also Mass, Arlene in California, Sydney, also California, Sophie and Lynn in the UK. You guys look very happy over there. Really nice to see your smiles today. Neil, happy Easter to you too. Thank you so much for being here from Boston. Hoda in British Columbia, nice to see your smile today. Nan in Michigan, thank you for being here. Benet in Berkeley, California, great to see you. Jamie in Victoria, nice to have you with us today. Aloysius in Massachusetts. Nancy in Washington State. Linda in Concord, Mass. Diane in Puerto Rico. Thank you for being in here with us today. Really nice to see you. Let's see, I think Delhi in Maryland, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Linda in California, driving in the car, drive safely. Thanks for jumping in even while you're driving. Gary in Massachusetts, Louise in Devon, UK, Margaret, thanks for being with us. Curly Tops in Vermont, Lisa in Clarksville, Indiana, back in the space with us again. Lisa's one of our 2020 originals in here. Kat in Vermont, Lynn in Connecticut, and again, everybody out there on the live stream, thanks for joining us today. Can't wait to see you all tomorrow right here on the Daily Antidote of Song. Bye, everybody. Lots of love.